Right, so today we are on The Crew 2. I did say I was going to cover this just because it is the new update for The Crew 2. It's related to racing games and stuff, so it only makes sense. But I'm not really going into this with many high hopes. For those that haven't watched the video about me talking about The Crew 2 and how it needs some type of end game and it just needs more, basically, I'll link the video down in the description. Alternatively, it is like on my channel, so if I do forget to link it, it's literally on like the past few videos. But I'm not going into this with relatively high hopes. The Crew 2 is in a very, 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 very poor situation right now. There's pretty much no end game, with Forza having just released a few days ago on the Ultimate Edition for early access. There's really no reason to play this at the moment. Not to mention, I'm getting really weird performance issues on PC after the update. So I'm not sure whether that's just me. I'm not sure whether it's my computer or what it is. But I'm getting weird problems. I still had to come back to it because it's The Crew 2 and I want to see what everything's like. So that is exactly what we're going to go ahead and do in today's video. So if I go over to the map, we can see that we've now unlocked Ace Mode. So what Ace Mode is pretty much a harder than hard mode. In this mode, you're also available to go and get some gold parts, and gold parts basically give you a bunch of things, a bunch of perks, which, you know, add to grind and stuff. This isn't something which I'm personally looking forward to be quite frank, but it's something which we're going to try because obviously it's a big thing with this update. The gold parts are a bit of a ball ache, and I've heard that apparently they're really, really hard to get your hands on, so unless you are dedicated to this game, you're probably not going to get them. Right, now, to put this in perspective, this is my 911. This is what I literally tried to tune throughout the whole of what I've been playing of The Crew 2 so far. So all the parts 280, all the parts are pink, I believe. So this should give the, you know, the rest of the competition a good run for their money. After playing Forza, this feels so weird. And we are in first. Again, I'm not sure if you guys can see those really weird frame drops, but it's dropping frames really weird. Ow, what are you doing? I mean, it's definitely harder. They're definitely staying more on my ass. I don't really feel like the AI is any cleverer. I kind of just feel like the rubber banding's higher. Oh my lord, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the AI has changed somewhat. Like, that's what I kind of thought this was going to be. Surely changing the rubber banding can't be that hot. What the fuck are they doing? Fuck off. Yeah, it low-key reminds me of Prestige mode, but if the AI were that fast instead of time trials. Now, obviously, the reason why they've done this is to introduce the gold parts. They could have easily added in the Ace mode on launch if they really, really wanted to, but they... Actually, that's a good point, actually. Why weren't gold parts on there on launch? That seems a bit artificial, that does. Like, it's... Surely that, like, increasing that kind of stuff couldn't have been that hard. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The reason why this is implemented, I assume, was only to introduce the gold parts. I don't really know anyone that asked for a harder mode. Like, for me, and from what everyone's been saying, they've wanted PvP. This mode is cool, but I just can't see myself going through every single race again just to do it on this difficulty. Especially, look how annoying that is. Like, I took that corner perfectly onto the final stretch, and of course, the AI is rubber banding again, but just not enough. Just got there. The big question is, are we actually going to get a gold part first time? We got two mad. I've heard apparently these are quite rare, but well, quite clearly not the case. Right, that's perfect. So now I can actually show you guys what these are. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen this because this update is a bit old, but we have this here right here. So we've got the normal legendary brakes, and then we've got also a bonus which multiplies our nitro by 2, and we need 7 parts for that to even be active. So we're just going to go ahead and add that for now. And then over here we have, what is this? We have live reward, we have increase in bone. We're going to add it just because it's gold. Maybe the grind isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be then to get everything on 280. Because we got 2 right there. But I've obviously only done 1 race, so I don't know. If that is the case, and it isn't actually that long to get those parts, that is absolutely fantastic. Let's move on to the next thing. So also along with the Ace mode, there's also hovercrafts that have been added into this update. If we go over, is it to the freestyling one or is it off-road? I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. We've unlocked hovercraft mode. There it is. They've even got a little thing, little screen, little thing there, little, right, where you at, bitch? Right, here we go. It's even got its own little stand, right? So if we go over here, press X, there's a bunch of hovercrafts that have been added to the game. As we can see, there was one that you got right at the end of the game if you completed the freestyle or the off-road it's a kind of strand of events. But as you can see here, they've got 4 different ones, all do different things. It seems that we've already got this one here. which is pretty cool. It's an armored one. So since we've already got one, what we're going to go ahead and do is do the new live extreme event. Essentially every month, I assume they're adding new live extreme events because there has been one added this month. And weirdly enough, you wouldn't think it, but it has a hovercraft in. What a surprise. Let's go ahead and see what this is like. It's called the September Spectacular. And I think we might end the video on this possibly. All right, here we go, in my focus. And we're also going to have a hypercar, and then it's going to go into the hovercrafts. I have no clue what hypercar it's going to pick. I don't know what my highest hovercar is, so that's going to be interesting. Okay, so here we go. Gave us a little intro, little cutscene. I do like the effort they've gone to with this. This is really, really nice. They could have so easily not have done that. Like, they could have so easily not done that, like, little cutscene and just, like, put you straight into the race. But you know what? I actually appreciate that a lot. Now, one thing that I've only just thought of, which would be really, really cool, and honestly, I'm not sure how this would be on a scale, in terms of scale, but one thing I think the Crew 2 could really benefit from, and I never thought I'd say this, is seasons. I actually think this game would benefit from seasons so much. They're obviously looking at, you know, updating this game over time. And if they were to update this game over time with the season that it's currently in, so imagine if the map now turned into like autumn and winter. That would be nuts. I never thought I'd say, if you asked me before launch of Horizon 4, if I ever thought a game would need seasons, I said no, it's a bunch of rubbish. Nah, it actually would genuinely help this game, and now the world is turning upside down. These cutscenes are really cool. I'm not even gonna lie, these cutscenes are sick. I can't. Oh, my 918 is my fastest. Of course it is. This is really cool. Again, they so easily could have not done that. And obviously, like everything else in this game, you can also do this in ace mode. So if this is a bit too easy for you, you can go ahead and bump up the difficulty to hard, and then obviously to ace. And you know what? Playing these live extreme events is kind of low-key getting me a bit sad, to be honest. This is the potential that this game had. Like, this is what makes this game so unique, is the changing of vehicles, and like, in the middle of the US, you know, you've got the whole of the US to play around with. The physics on the hypercars are really, really good compared to some of the other cars, and it's just so sad to see that the game still has no endgame. 4 months this game's been out for, and there's still no PvP. It's moments like this where the game really shines, to me at least. It's moments like this where this is where the game comes into its own, and there's so few and far between. Oh, the world's changing again. Shit. These events are so few and far between. It's just so sad to see. Right, now this hovercraft has not been upgraded in the slightest. So we might actually get caught up here, weirdly enough. Whoa, this is really weird to handle though. This is not like anything else I've handled. So why is the world still upside down? What's going on? I'm not sure if you can see this on video, but I feel like I'm getting frame drops. If it does look like it, I'm really sorry. But that's nothing to do with my computer or like my recording or anything, because nothing's changed. It's down to this patch. Oh, I don't like how this thing handles. I really don't like how this thing handles. I'm not sure whether this is just because it's the armored one or what's happening right now. But A, we're getting caught up to, and B, this is really, really floaty. But no shit, Cameron, it's a fucking hovercraft. Really sad. Playing this update, it just made me want PvP even sooner. And look, we've been caught up already. Absolutely fantastic. It just makes me want PvP. I low-key kind of want to play Forza, to be honest. It's even more annoying because they teased us with hovercrafts, like, in the last update. And they've also teased us with a helicopter, so if they're teasing us with all this stuff now, then, like, isn't it pretty obvious that that is what the live content is going to be? You know, I was really up for the idea of adding new disciplines before this game came out, but I think now, you know, having seen how everything's panned out, I think that's possibly the worst thing they probably could have done. They should have bulked up the ones they already had. You know, or you know, bulk up the types of vehicles you have. Like, you have motorbikes in the game, so why not add motocross instead of adding a completely different physics? Like, because now I'm pretty sure there's going to be OP, like, hovercrafts and stuff, and there's going to be things you need to fix. Like there, I got rammed into the wall, bounced up, and then lost all my speed. Like, there's things that are going to need to be fixed with this. Ah, jack of all trades, master of none, I guess. I feel like it's like a drift car where I'm reverse entering every corner. I'm not sure why they're so far in the lead as well. I don't feel like I've necessarily done anything that bad. You're gaining on them though. I think it might be just a little bit too late. Oh, stone cold last. And we were absolutely blitzing the first two parts as well, for fuck's sake. That might be because my hovercraft is too lower class. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But with that also being said, that is pretty much it for Gator Rush. I don't think I missed anything. Obviously, you get a bunch of progression with the hovercrafts, which I'm not going to go into detail with. There's a bunch of new races, hypercar races as well, which I guess we can have a look at quickly. There's one down here, over here, and this is the Hypercar Hollywood race. This seems to be a small one, not a big one. That's quite interesting. I thought they were going to add another long hypercar race. Maybe that's the one over here, the Bronx Hypercar race, which is a tad bit longer, but it's still not that long. Was kind of hoping that they were going to add some long hypercar races, but is what it is. I think for me, until PvP comes, that's pretty much it for me in the Crew 2. Exactly what I said in my video previously. It's quite sad to see, but it is what it is. Yeah, let me know if you're going to be playing the Crew 2. Obviously, if you haven't got Forza and you're on PS4, this is probably what you're going to play. But even with that being said, Gran Turismo's getting updates as well, which I also might cover. There's a lot of games getting updates, and I just can't see I don't see the appeal to this at the moment. And maybe that is just me being a little bit pessimistic. But yeah, it's a sad. This video is low-key maybe a bit sad coming back to the Crew 2, to be quite honest. Anyway, with that being said, that's been it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have an awesome, stay safe, and peace.